Yeah, where today I'll be talking about the present economic system of Nigeria and also, the past ones. But before then, I've never really, come in public this way to speak about anything concerning my country, Nigeria, but I've thought it very wisely to, contribute a bit of my quota. And this is a journey for me, that will be going onward from today. A journey that I look forward in building a good family with here online on the internet, for educative purposes, for knowledge, something that's aspiring to bring together people of different races and ethnic groups, building a family, a great one as that. So, um, we all know the issues that is impended on the Nigerian economy today. We all know that Nigeria has fallen out from its economical system, and a lot of issues has befallen our great country, Nigeria. Hunger is in the land, and you know, it's very sad. But I think in solving the present day economic system of Nigeria, we'll have to look back and go back in sense of time. We'll have to take the clock anti-clockwise to, go back in history to truly study how it were during the early birth of Nigeria and its economy. So um this is one of the things this is one of my quotes, one of the ideas I've always had, that a country or a nation cannot move forward without knowing its economic history. A country or a nation cannot thrive to a greater part in the industrial world without knowing its economic history, how it were and how it was. So moving that, I will take you back to the early 19th century, starting from, let's say, from the early 14th century to 15th, 17th, and down to late 19th century, about the economic system of Nigeria and, let's say, West Africa at large, because from I'll be speaking on a lot of it. So now, the economic system of Nigeria, as though then it was not yet named Nigeria, but the economic system of Africa, mainly in Nigeria, which involved the different ethnic groups in our present day Nigeria, then was mainly handled by the Hausas. The Hausas they played a prominent role in handling the economic activities of Nigeria as at then. The Hausas were involved mainly in long distance trade in the pre-colonial era. They brought about what we call the unity of West African trade. Then the Hausas, the Islams. So the Hausas mainly involved, they traded. Salt was a very scarce and valuable commodity then. The Hausas traded salt. The Hausas, involved in cola nut trade. These were the commodities that they were involved in. And they were the only people who traveled down from the Timbuktu, the sub-Saharan, across to Senegal, across to Mali, you know, Jene, across to, they went as far as Maldives for trade. While the other ethnic groups, not to take away the part they played, they also involved in local trades. That was what they merely could do, because the other ethnic groups never involved much in long distance trade, even if they partake, even if they were involved in the trade then. Let's not forget that the Hausas in Kano, they had a textile industry where they produce cloth. which they made use of the raw material of cotton and indigo. And do not forget that cloth, that textile industry generated a revenue of about 300,000 carries, which in conversion is about 40,000 euro, 40,000 euros as at then. So this to tell you that the Hausas were the parent holder of the economic system and the revenue system of the Nigeria economy in the pre-colonial era. Then Bath carried out a study in 1850s. The textile industry later generated about 100,000 euros as revenue. Then in general, taking away the Nigerian trade and in some other nations, the outer part, which are the maybe the Senegalese, the Malis, and some other eastern nations involved in their trade were about 1 million in total. That was what they generated. That's to tell you how the West African trade was, how the West African trade was important. So the Hausas played a high role, they played a huge role in the development and the pre-colonial economic system in the 15th to 19th century. The Hausas, they involved in the caravan trades. They bought camels, they bought cola nuts sold for, and bought camels, which they use in transportation of their commodities across the sub-Saharan, which they used in trades. So the Hausas involved mainly in the economic system, the economic trade, pre-colonial trade in Nigeria. That's to tell you how. And you know what the Hausas did? The Hausas, they brought in what we call trust, honesty. They brought in an organized system of trade. They brought in accountability in the pre-colonial trade era. The Hausas did it. They brought in that. And also, do not forget the first cart that arrived in Nigeria. It was in Zaria, 1905, from Zungeru. So the Hausas were a leading map. The Hausas, they were a leading map of the pre-colonial trade. They brought about unity in West African trade. They brought about unity in West African trade. So this is to tell you that if we have to, if Nigeria needs to obviate from the present predicament that they are facing in this present economy system, then we have to sort for the ideas and knowledge of the Hausa's elite, those that were, that knows the do's and don'ts of the economy system. But of course, we know that we have some bad eggs. We definitely have some bad eggs, but that will not take the fact that there are some faithful and some accountable elites of the Hausas. That is one of the main reasons in Nigeria political system today, if anyone wants to win an election, be it presidential, you have to sort for the ideas and support of the Hausas from the northern clerics. This is the main reason. You have to go back to your history and know who contributed his or her quota into the growth of the economy. Because the economic system binds a nation. The economic system is the and has always been the future of a nation. The economic system brings in the power to a nation. Without a nation's economy, that nation is useless. So those who were involved in the growth of the Nigerian economic system, the pre-colonial era, and even the colonial era, down to the West African at large, you have to sort for the ideas. If you know you want to move forward from the Nigeria's this nightmare that has befallen them, has befallen us at this moment. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that the Hausas needs to come together. Nigeria, the different ethnic groups need to come together. We have to put aside what we call religion bigotry. We have to put aside any differences that they might have had. And this goes to my Igbo brothers. This goes to them. Before um before late Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu died, I watched his reports on the internet and he made a statement that the Igbos need to put aside their differences and whatever that happens during the Biafran, the Civil War, and they have to come into limelight. They have to come and bring in their quota. They have to contribute to the nation building of Nigeria. If truly Nigeria wants to move forward, I beg all of the ethnic groups, you know, in Nigeria today that we all should come together and sort for a solution. This is not a one man's country that will say, okay, let us fall back and watch how the nation collapses. No, we are still living in it. We are humans and we are living in the country, in this nation. So we have to bring in our quota. We have to contribute our ideas. So Nigeria, I've always been a Pan-African and also a pro-Nigeria, one Nigeria, So I believe that Nigeria will one day become a better nation. Trust me, trust me. If let me give you this. This is a food for thought. If it were to be that the Islam religion is a religion that imposes or that forces people to join them or that imposes their religion on people, do you know that today Nigeria would have been an Islamic nation? But in the Quran, which is the Islamic doctrine, Muhammad did not put in there that Islam should be forced on anyone. It's a free will religion. It's a free will religion because the Hausas, the Northerners, came in contact a lot with the Arabs during the pre-colonial trade. So this will tell you that today we are all one. All I preach and want is love for one another, which the Sunnah and Hadith tells us, from the Zakat, giving alms to your brothers is also sharing of love. So I would want and suggest that each and every one of us, the elite of this nation, should come together, sort for the ideas from the outsiders, and let's see how this country's economy will thrive again. Let's see how this country's economy will move forward. I will be making more of these videos and I'll be educating, the general public and the society at large and the world at large. You know, I've always believed that time is the purpose for change. Time the is always the right tool for for growth and improvement. So as time goes on, you'll be seeing more of an educative videos like this from me. You'll be seeing more of videos like this from me, and I hope to build a family here on the internet, a family that will all come together, a family of love that will all come together, bringing our ideas, bringing our, you know, contributing our quota to nation building, bringing ourselves to understand that what is going to save us in this country today is unity. That whatever thing that may divide us is something that will always bring us and pull us back. So that is all I have to, contribute and give to you at this moment. And nevertheless, I'm a student of religious and cultural studies department. So as time goes on, I'll be bringing more of religious awareness. You know, I'll be bringing more on histories and and a lot of things. Religion at large in the whole world, religion at large, the Nigeria religious system, and also the world religious system. So I will be bringing more of this. I'll be sharing with you all these ideas and also educate the general public and the society at large. I hope to, build a family here online, here on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on Instagram, not to take away TikTok from it. So let's come together. You all should follow me, like this video, share this video, let it get to the right authorities, let it get to the right elite, to the right people who truly needs to hear this, you know. And I believe Nigeria will become a better country, a better nation in the nearest future. Thank you very much. I still remain your one and only MNO. Thank you. Have a blessed day.